All right, I think we're good to go live. Place? Yes, it does. All right. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome. Of course, my name is Mokata, and today we are revisiting a game that we demoed some time back. I think right about the time it came out, first this demo, which of course is Heat Death Survival Train, which is a little bit of a mouthful on a name, but it's an interesting kind of a take on a mobile-based survival uh, genre type thing, which is something that's really niche and really up my alley. I've mentioned this, I think, in the past. Uh, I kind of like survival games as it is, and one of the things that I've always found lacking in most survival games is the not necessarily the base building concept, but the making your base meaningful beyond it just being four walls that you run into at nighttime to save yourself from zombies or whatever. And so you're not really incentivized to make your base more than just those four walls. And so when we look at survival games where you can take your base with you, uh, the base becomes a lot more meaningful, and you have a lot more reason to personalize it and have reasons to have your needs within it. And so that's something that I really enjoy. I like base building, and so when this came about, I jumped right on it in the early access, or not early access, the I guess the early demo, um, and then after that into the closed beta. So, but today we're going to take a look at the most recent version of the closed beta. In fact, this just dropped yesterday. So there's going to be some minor updates and whatnot, and we're just going to explore that together. Uh, Mass Games did reach out to me and ask if I would create some content for them during Next Fest, and I was more than happy to do so. It's not a sponsored deal. I'm not getting anything for free out of it or any payment. But they are in communication with their player base, and that's another boon. You know, any company that takes time to actually interact with their fans and players, always a big deal. So I'm happy to do it, and I wanted to revisit it anyway, so it didn't really take any strong arming. So we're just going to jump into it, and we're going to do a complete run through. Probably going to take us 2.5 hours, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, depending on how fast we go about it. And we'll just kind of go along with the storyline as we go and take a look at the game. And this is very early in the game, just to let you know. It is limited content, but it's enough to really get an idea for what this game's about. But it's kind of the Fallout, you know, waking up and not knowing what's happened genre, right? I woke up in a lab, hooked up to machines and wires, not knowing who or where I am. The lab was silent and empty. I stumbled out of the building into a frozen wasteland. No life, no warmth, no hope. Just snow and rocks. There's a train track, and only the only thing that seems to lead somewhere. Could it take me to civilization, or at least to some answers? I'll follow the train. Uh, and then we just get our basic tutorial pop-up stuff for trolls, and then we're just kind of dumped out here in the open. And maybe the first thing you might notice here is the sky. Right, we have an interesting ring in the sky, which we'll kind of start to understand what that's about as the story goes. And I'm not really sure where we woke up from. I'm hoping that maybe once they finish developing this a little further, there'll actually be a building that we stumbled out of. We just kind of popped out on the train tracks. But go ahead and start moving down it, and talk about kind of what the UI has to offer. You can see it's a very minimalist UI. We don't have a action bar across the bottom. This is not, you know, the kind of survival game where you're carrying around a pickaxe and a sword and all those things. So you don't need that bar at the bottom. All we have really are our vitals, which is of course our health. Much I can talk about that anyway. Our stamina, which is the arm, and the little lightning bolt is our power suit. I guess we're wearing a not like powered armor, just a survival suit, I guess. And if we run, you'll see a little red glow on the stamina bar as we start to eat up stamina. So we want to be a little mindful of how much we run around, because stamina does not regenerate on its own. You have to consume energy drinks. Yes, thank you very much. And we'll have a little bit of, again, of a tutorial here in the top left, showing us, where to go and what to do. Also, the terrain will impact your movement. So through the foliage, a lot of times we can't move quite as fast, or I don't know if you see we slow down and speed up a little bit during sprinting. So I try not to sprint too much when I'm going through heavy foliage, because I'm just wasting stamina. But you see the buildings are shut down, no power, we can't get inside. Now I know that we have an overlay telling us exactly where to go, but it's kind of nice to take a look at the buildings, get to them. Power up there. And we're going to want to start picking these up. Shadow Breed. Like any other survival game, we want to grab whatever we can get our hands on. We've got some solar panels back there. And, guess that's a panel. I love it when stuff just moves. And I like automation in my surroundings. So let's hop in here. A bunch of pop-ups, yes. Flashlight, thank you. So we have a flashlight, and this is going to start draining our batteries, our built-in suit batteries. Not that big of a deal. We can recharge those. Serious building, doesn't it? Lots of computer stuff. So we're going to see a number of consoles throughout the game, and we actually have to aim at what we're going to, like a button we're going to press, and we actually hit it on. So it doesn't bring up an interface. It's like you're actually interacting with it. Kind of a nice feature. But that's going to turn on the battery. It's going to give the network at this station, this area, access to its power storage. Load. That's number 3 over there. Turn off our flashlight. And here is going to give us our generator control. Also, very nice view of these solar panels. Whoop. I'm just a sucker for animation games, especially when you can, cause big things to move around. That's so cool. We can close again. I know we're wasting time, but you know what? We got time to waste. All right. Put it back up. So that's going to turn on the power, 650 per minute. Just honestly kind of a meaningless number, because we don't have any kind of constant drain here. These are going to be blueprint fragments. So we'll need to collect multiples of these to unlock a blueprint. It's not, it's not like a tech tree. The blueprint fragment is specific to a specific blueprint. So when we pick that up, you see engine tier 1 of 3. That was the bottom left if you didn't see it. And here we have most of our story is going to come from these little like data pads and stuff like that. In this case, we're going to get code as well. So, hey, I managed to fix the storage room's door, but it was a hassle. Some wires were fried, and I had to replace them with spare parts. There's some useful stuff in there that might help us on our journey. So, they changed the key code to 5011. I remember that. And look it back up if we stuff up. Looking room. I'll interact with that in a moment. And finally, we're going to turn on power control, which allows the power to go to the whole base. That's going to turn this thing on, which is our save point. So this game doesn't autosave. We have to hit these little things to our saving. Do that right now. I'm going to save over one of my saves. 3. Not a big deal. And just kind of look around a bit. So these info panels are actually live. Now this one isn't going to help us a whole lot because it talks about, like, so it says current clear. Current is the weather. The weather is currently clear. There are and next storm unknown time. So one of the big things about this game and being survival is you versus the environment. And we are still in the starting area. That hasn't triggered yet. So any other panels we see like this is going to actually give us, timing till next storm. We're going to actually have weather panels where we can see the global weather or the local weather. Super neat. We'll see that as we go. We're going to pick up an energy drink. This is our primary way we're going to get stamina back. There that is. Right, windows on the right spot. Okay. It's been a little while since we actually live streamed because we've been so busy with our Satisfactory series and wrapping that up ahead of 1.0. That was kind of nice to be able to get back to this. All right, what was the code? It was 5011, right? 5011. That's what I was saying. I really like that we don't have an interface pop up, that we actually feel like we're interacting with the things. Something we normally get when we play like a VR game. So as far as the storage room goes, not very ambitious, is it? Or I guess it's ambitious from all the space, but a little lackluster in its inventory. It's already been scavenged. So we're picking up some smart material that will become relevant soon. Cartridges. These are little containers that we can open up. And material, which is just generically material. This is our main material. Yeah, we'll use this for all kinds of stuff, but mostly for building. When we start doing our train, as well as for a machine. Yeah. Out back. Out here. I'm always kind of keeping my eye out for those plants, because those plants are what we use to make more energy drinks. I don't see anyone. I am a considerate person, and maybe someone else will wake up from that lab or whatever it is that we were asleep in, so I close these doors. Preserve the environment. I mean, I'm not considerate enough to leave them any materials, but at least, they have somewhere warm to. Let's run around here, check out the buildings. Lights on now. And we can already kind of start to get a little bit of a hint towards the storyline here. Looking at just the posters in here. New sky, new home. I'm pretty sure we're not on Earth. And Glint, our last hope, that is that thing up there. At least from the context. We will see some storyline stuff. But the Glint is, I don't want to use the word Dyson sphere, but it seems to be a ring that has been constructed around the planet to allow light to be reflected towards the planet. I'm assuming it's in an attempt to warm the planet, maybe. As a result, it's always daytime. And see, I think that this is the goal right here, is to kind of warm the world and kind of terraform it. We're gonna grab ourselves a small battery. That is nice. We can get a info thing here. Biogen. This is how we will craft our drinks. So these are the only things currently in this version. In fact, we can't even make canned soup because currently we can't get that product, but we can make energy drinks, and we'll have more than enough energy for the demo. Nice painting. Nice. So we're going to run through and ransack these rooms. More batteries they can interact with. A thing that I've spent much time trying to imagine what this is. It's like, you know, does it inflate? Like metal? We can't interact with it. It almost looks like it would, you know, it would break open and inflate like you know, a spare bed. But I also think, you know, maybe it's a vacuum cleaner. You know, maybe that's like the little suction thing. The reason I've spent plenty of time thinking about that is because it's all over the place. See, there's one right there. So they're pretty common. All these little desktop computers. So things have been pretty peaceful lately, which is a rare thing in this world. Again, they're talk about in the world like it's not Earth, like they are somewhere else. It means we're not in constant danger of being attacked by drones or the threats. So now we're already being introduced to the hostile faction, I guess, in the game, which is hostile drones. But sometimes it also means we're not having action or excitement. You know, I think I could live my life unexcited by not being attacked by killer drones, to be honest. All I've been doing for the past few months is patrolling the lakeside for any signs of danger, and then returning back to the outposts. The same routine over and over, getting dull. So that really does, again, it kind of introduces us to the idea that there are animated threats out there, not just environmental. And to reinforce that, they're giving us ammo for a weapon. I'm going to pick that up. We do not have the weapon. Good to have ammunition. Blueprints. We like blueprints. Part 2 of 3 for the engine. Our bed. Theo the engineer. Scrap. That's not tractable. Same painting as the other room. And, you know, in early access or in the early demo, they do kind of have cookie cutter, you know, pre-built buildings. So we'll see kind of, you know, formed buildings. I don't know if they're going to change that. I would assume that they would vary it up a bit, you know, by the last version, by 1.0. But I'm perfectly fine with it. Aside from the fact that the buildings are actually pretty cool. I thought that was a bird. You know, getting something that we can interact with and just getting them out there for placeholders is fine. You know, I'd rather have them working on the game itself, and then come back and spice up the areas. So I don't find it as a criticism. Now, if you know the game was done and all the outposts were identical, I would probably be disappointed. Right. Blueprint. Engine tier 1 unlocked. Yay! Right, that's here. Close the door. That's not required, but it feels polite. Let me hop our way through here. this was the command center that, or control center that we were in originally. Hit Shadow Breeze. Get me? You can see what I was saying about the being kind of cookie cutter. The posters move around a bit. In fact, we got a different poster here, and which is, you know, again, this is storytelling right here. They're anticipating dynamic seasons. This is, you know, this is implying that it's just winter everywhere in this place. So I think that it's nice storytelling just with background art. What this place could be. I think it's a nice touch. Batteries. Yeah, Anton. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, they don't need to be super complex, right? Because they are outposts, right? Not like it's a you know, a town or something like that. So it's a really good point. Tomorrow is the day. We're leaving this place for good. But I have to admit, I'm feeling a bit nervous. It's not going to be a walk in the park. We'll have a long way to go. We have no idea what's out there and what threats we'll face. We have to be ready for anything. So they are talking about, especially going to be tough for me and Mia. So obviously there were multiple people here. I mean, and of course we have names on all the doors. At some point there was a number of people at these outposts. Yeah, it's exactly a good point that they're not permanent residences. Dynamo, 1 of 3. And that is another good point to point out. Is, you know, even if we're talking about like in our Arctic outposts here, you know, in the real world, right? They're, you know, functional more than form because they're not meant to be permanent residents. So this is a nice place to live. We're in the Arctic. And it does seem like, you know, they left and took a lot of stuff with them, so weren't planning on coming back. Interesting. I've never really taken a close look at that. And I'm not too worried about using up, you know, like my flashlight being on too much, which in the drink, in fact, the patch notes for this version mentioned that they reduced the power drain for the flashlight. Some people were, those beta, I think, felt that it was a little over draining. I have an opinion either way, to be honest. You can see there's no animation for climbing, and boop, right up to the top. Grab stuff. I guess I feel the same way I did about the batteries in Subnautica. For anyone who was present for the stream when we played through, you know, Subnautica, I was in it, you know, through all its entire early access, and there was a point to where they doubled the capacity of the batteries, and I was actually kind of disappointed because we could recharge the batteries anyway, and it just kind of diminished the point to having chargers. But I also accept that people don't want to be sitting around all day, you know, staring. Actually, fun to look around, staring at chargers, waiting for their batteries to charge. I recognize that I'm not in the majority. So we have you can see a drone right there, which, you know, they had mention of drones. See another building there off the distance. In fact, we can zoom in a little bit. Now, I already know that's not a hostile drone. So the game will tell us that also soon. But it doesn't hurt to take a look around. If we spot anything of interest. It is, I mean, desolate in a winter wasteland. Around. All right, we've got all the buildings on top of the hill. We already hit that building over there. Oh. Ants. Way over here. Battery. Blueprint. Dynamo Part 2. So the dynamo, which we may or may not make, because resources are a little tight early on for the amount of stuff that we want to build. Dynamo is basically a hand crank to try to recharge the battery of your tray. I know when I was in the demo, I actually did times kind of in emergency situations where I really wanted to get the train moving. It's our train. This is your train. Right now, it's just a few empty wagons, but you'll be able to build whatever you need on it. And of course, they want us to get the find 3 because they expected us to be here before we did all the other exploring. So it's going to tell us about our inventory and all that stuff. Lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Okay, I got interrupted with my brain, no work. Dynamo. Oh, dynamo. That's what we were talking about. And demo, right? So I did use a dynamo a fair amount in the demo. Please stop popping up. I don't know if there's been a rebalance, or I'm just more mindful of my energy use now. But I haven't found it necessary when playing through in the closed beta. That was what just passed. What was that? That was small. I don't know what that blueprint was. Find out when I start completing it. Solar panel. Okay, 2 of 3. Nice. Solar panels will kind of make it not necessary for us to have dynamo. And the dynamo is kind of a little mini game where you're cranking and you're trying to crank and combo it to get more and more energy out of it. And I just so automation, love it. I can't help it. I gotta press buttons, watch things move. Okay, these are fabricators, and this is how we'll get like our screens, our mechanical parts. We won't need to make any small batteries because we'll find plenty of those. We'll make plenty of smart material. So most of this is, the regular material kind of builds up to most of this. So smart material uses regular material, mechanical parts uses regular material and smart material, therefore regular material. The screens, smart material, so regular material, and tech scrap, which we will find enough of. In fact, we already have a few of them. In fact, we're going to go ahead and preemptively make a couple of these because I know we're going to need them. And the crafting doesn't take too long. This is something separated from the demo. Is that some of the timers are a little bit faster. They've shortened how long you have to wait on things. So find engine component, which is all the way over there. The reason I didn't grab stuff when I was over there is because we have, so this is our inventory, and you can see we're at 28.75 out of 30. We're we're pushing our inventory limit. I'm going to use this chest for stuff. You can drop stuff on the ground. In the demo, I had some stuff that I dumped on the ground because I needed space actually kind of disappear on me. So I don't, general practice, I don't dump stuff on the ground. Let's just stuff out of our inventory real quick for some weight consideration. And then we'll come back and we'll get this stuff later. That gives us a bit of room. Material takes up a bit of weight, so it's 1 kilogram per material. All right, it's gonna be grab. Don't let me forget about that. Back up here, right past it. This is the engine component. Insufficient space. What? Oh, I picked up more. I picked up more materials than I meant to. That's all right. I happen to know there's a small chest over here. Let's drop a few. Gimme. Now I'm going to, I was thinking about how I wanted to build this. So we have 2 platforms here for our train. And in my demo, I kind of did a traditional forward cab thing, and I kind of want to mess around with doing a cab in the back and using the front for kind of our storage, and eventually we'll have a weapon, and using that kind of as our battering ram, kind of our out front, and we can build up because we can do multiple stories. So I'm going to actually put our stuff here that we're using. This is going to be our primary cab. We're going to back one. So the engine. So the engine takes suit power instead of power from the station. And we've seen that we have that little lightning bolt in the bottom left. This is going to take 20 suit power for us to build an engine. Engine. Back here. And we can move these things later, so if you decide that you don't want it there, not a big deal. All right, or pop-ups. Or pop-ups, yes. Right. So there's a radial menu where we can move stuff, see? So you don't have to deconstruct and reconstruct things. It's super nice. It's a nice feature. I don't think that was in the demo either. But they wanted a couple of screens. And we built the screens ahead of time because we knew. So engine screen, I'm going to off the side a bit. This isn't going to be a permanent location because I want to build up when I can, so we can get a higher vantage point. But we can't build right now. It's not unlocked yet. It will be. It's built. Explore the world. So this is how we're going to control the train. So engine off, throttle, velocity, and mass, whatever the train is. And this is going to be our information screen for how much power we've got and how much we're generating. So you can see, while we're sitting here in the station and the engine's turned off, we're generating 110 per minute, and we can store 500. But we have no lighting to turn on or off. That's not going to affect anything. And I'm not sure if the lighting is unlockable in the version. We'll definitely look to see what we could find. But I know there was some change in the notes about what blueprints were available. In this version. I know in the demo version, you could find all the things for the lights because, well, you probably saw the screenshot in my the thumbnail. It was my train from the demo, which has lights on it. Grab. Get ourselves a little bit of storage. So we can go to resources. Chest, we need smart material. We're gonna need more smart material, but let's have any just sitting around here that we can pick up. There's one. Extra scrap. These cartridges are used for kind of customizing your train with like stuff. Which is a thing. All. Over here. Ooh. That'd be thorough. And I mentioned earlier there is the ability to kind of see the forecast. This is a live screen. This isn't a just a repeating, cinematic that or video that's been preloaded on the screen. This is actually live. Now, there's no weather at the moment because we're not at the point where we're triggering it. But this is where we are on the rail, and once we trigger the weather system, we'll actually be able to see where the storms and stuff are at, relative to where we're at and where they're moving. It's just pretty cool. I wanted to get, let's see, I'll do that a lot. Wrong button. Chest, I want more fun. There, and another one. I like to have one inside the train. Gonna have stuff like our energy drinks in, and then just our general material storage be outside. We don't need to access that stuff. Take a couple of smart. I don't know that we need 2 of them right now, but we'll definitely use them. 3. And right here, I think it'll be fine. I think I'm going to put the building materials here until we need them. More material. Cartridges, yeah. I'd call cartridges building material. Our plants and we only need a couple of batteries. 2 batteries will fill our suit up. In fact, if you look there in the bottom left, you can see that our power is a little bit low. So let's pick up our inventory. Use a battery. That gave us about 50%. So put us most of the way up. And it just goes to a used battery. And top off. There are chargers here. So the demo, this takes 60 seconds, or at least it did when I played the original demo. They have the time, and I feel like the original demo only had 1 charger in it. So they've definitely made it a lot easier to recharge. So much so that we're gonna chill here for a second. All right, there we go. That way we don't forget them. Make sure. This is the exit we'll take when we're driving away. But we're gonna go up there. Our train here from. Need to remember to pick up the plants on our way back. I want to, have our inventory mostly empty. So this is the scrapper. It's talking about the friendly drone. Scrapper is a friendly drone that finds scraps around the map and turns them into materials. And this is where we'll get most of our materials. So you can see he's coming in here and dumping off materials. 25 minutes. Wow, it's been busy. In fact, I'm gonna wipe those. As many of them as we can carry. Probably shouldn't grab that many because we can only put 20 in here. I got a little overzealous there with that. Okay. Yes, I definitely got overzealous with that. batteries there because our suit's full again, so we're not worried about that. Anything else we're going to build before we leave? Let's get a smart material. Extra one that we built. Ammo in here. I think I'm going to leave this as a material. Oh. Stream highlight, inventory management. Oh, wrong button. Here we go. Restore all. So that was pure material store all. Okay, we had fully empty inventory. And he'll continue to just do his thing. And so currently in the demo and in the early access, or the on the early access, closed beta, the only non-renewable resource, non-infinitely renewable resource, is your stamina. We can recharge. Oh well, I mean, I suppose our health too, right? We'll have medkit. But we get, if we stuck around and just did nothing for hours, we could get infinite materials for building, because those guys, I think, infinitely bring back materials. I don't know if that runs out. I haven't seen it run out. Battery. Exposition. This constant daylight is torture. Yes, I can darken the windows, but it's not the same. It's still artificial, unnatural, and annoying. We don't have the luxury of a day-night cycle here, but we have to endure it. So that goes further to talk about that ring that's around the planet. There's no nighttime here, because the mirrors are always blasting light upon everywhere. And also, it's ironic, really. We're living on a frozen planet, but we're stuck on the side that's always facing the glint. I don't know what side wouldn't be facing the ring. I imagine we'd learn that in the future. And again, I'm assuming that ring is the glint. Everything implies that. We're surrounded by ice and snow, but we're also exposed to the glint's constant light. We're freezing and our eyes are burning at the same time. So I'm pretty sure that's what that is. And they don't get nighttime. I don't know why they're arguing that it's artificial darken the windows. That seems a little weird to me. I think that person is just complaining of drink. And I'm guessing this physicist must be like a higher ranking person, because we had those outposts, areas there where we had 4 people, like little barracks, and these people have their own private workspace and a bed in here, so they obviously live here. It's like their own little home. Very nice. Another nice detail is the windows come all the way to the floor in the work area, but in the bed area they don't. There's actually some privacy here. They didn't just copy paste the the structure all the way around it. Where this thing wasn't turned the last time Small thing. Okay. That's everything up here now. I encourage anyone who wants to play the demo or early access when it comes out, feel free to explore. Just because I'm not running around all the areas isn't something you can find in caves or blueprints. I haven't explored all the nooks and crannies. I've explored pretty thoroughly. But because there's nothing obvious in a place, doesn't mean there isn't a path to something. So you can see how much slower we're moving on this heavy snow. We're sprinting right now, and it's basically as fast as our normal walk speed. Slow down just for a minute, so I'm burning stamina until we get out of that. Too bad we can't put a saddle on this guy and ride him. Check around. We picked up the shadow breeze on the way up, right? Back down this way. There's plenty of wasteland over there and around to explore. That was way. Up 6 more since we emptied him before. Grab the last of these plants and we're gonna get out of here. Alright. Now I can be doing this while we're traveling. I want to have my eyes on the road because you can have more shadow plants and stuff on the road, you know, on the path. Plus, it's always good to keep your eye out for things like leaves or whatnot. 1 battery. I think that's everything I'm gonna once over of this building. Make sure I didn't leave anything. All these little tables around. Anything could be behind them. Get that out. All right, I think we're good. Let's close the ceiling. All right, so sitting at rest, we're at plus 110 per minute. Turn on the engine. Whoop. Little maglev. Now we're at only plus 50, so just idling costing us 60 power per minute. So we're still in a surplus. Throttle up. I am not going to come back inside to close that gate. I'll draw a line somewhere. Alright, so as we're on the move, we're at minus 110 per minute. We have 500 storage, so we're pretty good for a good while. And if we... we're going to turn it off. We're going to drift for a second. 50 per minute. Let's stop. Yeah, so we were at 110 per minute when we were inside the train station. So we don't charge at 110 per minute just sitting outside. It shows that we were drawing power from the actual station. So if you're out here and you're stranded, you definitely want to shut down, because you can see we're now at minus 10 just sitting idle. Don't want to just shut off the engine and or just shut off your speed and sit there idle if you need to recharge. Okay. Eye on the environment. Obviously, if we speed up, there is diminishing returns on the amount of speed we get versus the amount of power we draw. Now we're up to 210 per minute. It's a lot more juice for what speed gain we got. And right now we don't have to be in a hurry because the weather system isn't active yet. And it's nice to have some juice in case you get caught outside. Welcome, Zarek? Yeah, Zarek? Welcome to the stream. And just as we were mentioning it, introducing it, they're going to introduce us to storms. We do not want to be caught out by storms. And it will start to snow kind of ahead of the storm. And the weather system is done so well in this game. It is incredible. Especially for it being such an early, version of the game. A pretty complex weather system. There we have. Oh, snow starting. And we're coming up to plants. Oh, there comes the storm. Check it out. How cool is that? I know we're passing the plants up. I do not want to stop to get them. We'll just remember they're here. Look at that. That is so neat. You can see the corners of our screen is starting to frost over. Our stamina is going to start dropping like a rock. We'll start taking damage, so we're going to speed up. You'll see in the bottom left on our status a little storm cloud. Yes, I'm freezing. I know that. This is why we conserved our power. Coming in hot. Alright, hit the brakes. Whew. Alright, so we're inside. I mean, I know we have a big door open, but this is enough. As long as we're inside, then we're safe from a storm. And let's shut this off so we can start recharging. We drained our battery pretty good there. But we can start drawing off the station. And I was mentioning at the last place where I was talking about the screen showing the storm, you can see we're fully in a storm here now. So this is actually accurate kind of to where the storms are. Thank you. Solar panels unlocked. Nice. Excellent. I'm not going to start looting all this stuff because, inventory management. With this area, we want to explore it first. Icicle, 1 of 3. Icicle is our weapon. I'm going to pick stuff up. We don't want to go out there right now, but it is cool to kind of stand on the edge and take a look at it. I love the effects of this. I mean, I grew up in the what I call the cold north. I was a northerner for most of my life, so I grew up around the snow and the ice, and this is how much I miss it. I miss it to the point of looking at it on a screen. I think it's beautiful. I love to stare at it. I do not miss walking around in it. I don't miss driving in it. In the demo, you couldn't drive into the second station. I was able to drive into the second station. Now there were some changes in barriers between the demo and the closed beta. So I think you could drive into the second station. I think it's the third station. There's a bridge, and then there was a big barrier in the way of the bridge, and you had to get off your train and you had to hoof it to that station and do some shenanigans on the station to deactivate the barrier. And that was the only way you could get to that station. With the train, you had to clean it up. That's no longer the case. There it goes. That's so cool. Love the effect. So they've removed that barrier, and that's probably what you're talking about. All right, inventory. 3 of 30. Okay, we're good. Let's get out of here. So we've unlocked a bunch of stuff by coming in here. You see all these have now become available to us. We're not going to worry about these too much right now. But build structure. this is where a lot of our scrap's going to go. In fact, that's scrap. What game am I thinking of? FTL, scrap. Um, or I was having a discussion the other day about FTL. This is where our material is going to go. So building walls and windows and ceilings and floors and doors. We're going to burn a ton of material building up the structure of our train, and it's going to be important that we have that structure because it will become, again, our mobile survival platform. Once we're out in the storms, we can stay safe inside our train as long as we can close it. So that's something we're going to want to do. I don't know that we're going to succeed at doing it at this station. A lot of material, but that's okay. That's the whole point, right? Is you progress as you go along. And to your point about the barrier, maybe that's why they removed that barrier, because no, there is an expectation of having a sealed train before then, and you're more likely to be stuck or caught out in the storm because you had to get off the train. So maybe that was why they made that decision to make that change. And it was the first time I passed by it in beta. In closed beta, I didn't realize that I had passed where the barrier used to be, and it wasn't until I got to the end of the beta I was like, wait a minute, what happened to that other barrier? But I remember where it's at. I'll point it out. Small battery. Tightly close the door. Floor panels are already open here. I'm always excited when I find a room labeled storage. Not interact with me. Material, we use that. 8 more material. Thank goodness, we love that. Thank you. That made the trip up here worth it. Aren't any wild plants behind them. Caves up in here. I do know that they are working on early access. I don't know how soon it's going to be released, but hopefully that'll be something that will be in the near future. We can start to see the content beyond the demo and the closed beta for that progress. I mean, they have patched this a number of times, so it's even in the closed beta they've been putting balance changes in here and ability changes and things like that. So they're definitely still feeding the beta for us to test, even regardless of working on what it's going to be in early access version. We're running low on stamina. We did pick up a drink, right? Yeah. Doesn't feel like we got a whole lot back from that, does it? Yes, thank you. Bicycle 2. So you can see this is already turned on. We could disable this station if we were so inclined. It's nice. It gives us the option to play around with buttons. These are all the things that we had to turn on at the first station. Do the network. Anna, the ranger. Solar panels, or solar plates, or solar panels. So, most of the advanced things, so canned soup, we can't make that yet, but we'll definitely take it. Most of the advanced machinery that we can build has a rare component to it that we can't manufacture. You know, like the engine, for example, had, you know, the engine component. And the solar panels have solar plates to them and whatnot. So that's kind of the artificial scarcity that keeps us from just spamming an item indefinitely. Because of the fact that we have, you know, sort of infinite material. Thanks to the scrapper drones. I've received a message from Lana today. She said the train is on its way and will arrive tomorrow. They'll pick me up around 6, so I should be ready to leave by then. Yesterday I encountered a few scout drones. Took them out, but I don't think they've been wandering here. I don't think they've been wandering here all by themselves. We should be careful. They're kind of giving us a heads up that the microphone was misbehaving a little. And some more icicle ammo. I'm curious as to how Anna, I mean, she's a ranger, right? So it sounds pretty impressive. How she was taking out those drones. That guy startled me. I wasn't expecting something to come flying at me. Talking about drones and suddenly there's a thing flying at us. I was waiting for him to come out. Oh, hey, excuse me, buddy. 11 material, we can't carry it all. That's fine. We'll absolutely be using it because we're going to start building our super. Go with starting corners and working there. Window corner. Go 3 material per corner. And so we can rotate, and we can use the mouse wheel to kind of control how far away the location is from us. It's really useful when you get on the edge of something. Sometimes it gets hard to face it right. So you can mouse wheel to limit. So like it's leaping all the way over there. Roll back and limit how far away it can be from it. And you can see there's a little arrow on the ground. A little, I guess, when we're standing on it. That's pointing inwards. Kind of how you can tell the orientation. It's kind of obvious when it comes to the corner pieces. Some other pieces it's not so obvious. That is kind of the thing to look for. Okay, inside the barriers. Okay. Doors are a bit expensive. They require smart material. That's a small door, so 2 and 1. I've kind of got a sort of a design in mind. We might adjust it as we go. Remember, we can move anything. I don't want to. I want to live kind of on the second floor. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a kind of a front doorway with the expectation of us coming in and having a staircase that goes up. I'm not going to wrap the whole bottom floor in windows because I'm going to live on the second floor. Where else do we have? We didn't loot this room. Inventory was going to be a thing. The material, thank you. Icicle unlocked. And another solar plate. We like that. More material. Be good because that's what we need for our doors. Fill our inventory up. What do we need for our solar panels? Two smart material and a mechanical part. That's expensive. let's start crafting those while we have the actual materials. Also, let's save. It does not auto-save. We need to remember that. I live in a place where it storms quite a lot, and it's known to happen for the power to go out. Aside from that, would be quite annoying for a stream. It would also be quite annoying if we lost all our progress. Okay. Those. More material for another one. That's both of those. And we're gonna need, in addition to those two, so we have 2 plates, we might as well get 2 panels. That'd be 2, so we need 4 total smart material. Three right there, that's more regular material. Need for making more because we know we're gonna need them for doors. And I just filled up my inventory space and then expected to pick something up. And they weigh more than 1 kilogram. Let's see here. Smart material. Let's be smart about this. Oh, we picked one up already. They out of space when we picked the. Confused. I could have swore we picked one up. Okay. Well, he was just too fast and didn't actually grab it. 2 smart material. Yes, we should. Yes, we do have 2. There it is. Not scrolling down far enough. All right. That's our 4, and we're gonna need some for doors. So we'll do that. Grab materials. Go ahead and fill our inventory up, and get use. Well, we're gonna end up moving these eventually. Train customization. Yes, we already have seen. Thank you. Yeah, you know, I guess we could make a smaller cab just to keep us warm. Arlo, yes. I had to do all that and interrupt my. I had to come back to this. I like how they turn to face the sun. Great. You know, it's a small detail that could be overlooked. Got all that. Got all that now. Nice. 2 power. Batteries. Or space. So another patch note for the recent this version was that they changed the height that the train rests at so that we could we don't have to jump to get on it. And as you can see, well, there it worked that time. Sometimes we still get stuck on it. So there's already been a discussion has already started around that. It just dropped yesterday. So they're already aware of that, so they're gonna that too. So we can just kind of walk onto it a little bit better. All right, power is recharging. We've got our solar panels. All we need is structure. Go with ourselves some walls here. Again, I'm not going to bother with the windows here because I'm going to get us on the 2nd floor as soon as I can. And I want this kind of solid brown look But you know, like the bottom floor is the supporting structure. Also, you'll notice the interior is white by default, and then we have a kind of a metallic exterior. We can kind of play with the colors. So that's the interior, that's the exterior. I think this is if we had any kind of feature on it, like the doors have this overhang. I think that maybe that's what that middle color is. But we can make the exterior white. You see that happen? Make like the interior metallic, or we can make it brown. I mean, it's not exactly a color wheel, but it's, you know, it's more than nothing. Hopefully they'll expand on that in the future, but it's a feature that wasn't in demo, so that's nice. Now we don't leave. I like the metallic exterior. Looks like the winter has rolled in on us. And so the info sign I talked about, the original place where I said it wasn't real useful, that it would be before. So currently there's a storm, and the storm's going to end in 2 minutes. So this is actually a live feed that's informative. I love it. I love things that aren't just window dressing. Right. Let's scour this room. Amazing the plants are surviving in here. Everything from vegan. Still need to go back outside and take all this stuff, I think, from drone. Flashlight. Structure. I think we're good. Ourselves. Door. Now I can only build on my train. Where's the... But we can do half panels. So they are more expensive. It's more expensive to get 2 half panels than it is 1 full panel. You can do like a thin door or thin wall. So it is an option. We're being efficient on our scrap because we don't get to be nice. So that would be 1. So that's another 1. There we go. Perfect. And we're out of material. You can see just how quickly we can go through materials on this. But that's fine. I'm not, you know, I don't feel like we should be able to build our entire train in the first place we locate to. Now, as that panel, the picture suggested, we could make a small cab to make it a safe thing for us to go in. Live dangerously. Batteries. Plants. Oh, we need to go back and get the other plants that we were running from when the storm... We blew past them when the storm was going through. Alright, so that's all of his materials. Thank you for service. Ball. And out of material. Also out of power. Battery should be at the... Dump. food and stuff in here. And clean up our inventory a little bit. Shadow Breeze takes material also to make the energy drinks, I guess, for the cans that they're in. We're shy on materials right now, so we're gonna live off of what energy drinks we find. We'll come back for those batteries because I want to back up the train while you're outside. And we have 2 solar panels now, so we can feel free to juice it a little bit more. Right, where was that? I think it was over here, wasn't it? There they are. So another thing about the behavior of the train is if we get off of it, it'll stop itself. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed. I mean, it's smart to do that because you know someone's going to get off of it while it's moving too fast, and then they're just going to die trying to chase after it. Someone would end up doing it and complaining. I just like... I'm a goofball when it does stuff, so I want to be able to just start it off, and then you can see there's a bridge over there. It's going to go loop around. And I've tried to... That's why I know it stops. Is I tried to boomerang it around by letting it go and then running across and catching it. And I was like, wait a minute. And turn it stopped just down the road on. I'm like, no. Spoil my fun. But anyway, the engine's on. And we're at minus 10. That doesn't seem right. At that when we didn't have solar panels. Why are we not getting the benefit from the solar panels? So we don't get the benefit when it's snowing, or is it because we backed up into the pre-? I'll air it. That is an interesting thing. I'm going to point this out in the closed beta. Solar panel's not working. At an hour and 20 into the stream. Guess I need to make a clip for them. Oh. Stop. There is a button for brakes. I just like letting it drift. I like when you shut off the engine, it coasts. Yeah, see, we're not getting any of the power from the solar panels right now. That is a little disconcerting. My previous playthrough of this was the previous version. I have played it in this version, testing out stuff. But that was an existing save that I loaded. See, look, we got on the other side of the station. Solar panel's working. Okay, yeah, I need to let them know about that. That it seems like that station is a trigger. Like there's no sunlight on the other side of the station. So we were in the positive with the engine still turned on. So we're moving, and we're a positive because we have 2 solar panels. The reason I'm backing up here is I want. Last check to see if the scrapper dropped anything else off. And we actually didn't follow him. And we normally want to... Oh yeah, we have plenty of material. Acting like we ran out of material. I just picked up Didn't we just pick up like several minutes? Okay, we have smart materials, so we can get ourselves another door. And we unlocked the weapon. I'm gonna want to build one of those. Management. Running out of space here. Let's get snowflakes. Get a burn back because we have a smart material on us. Really, for the and going to follow him real quick and see when the next storm is. $7 minutes. Okay, we have plenty of time. So we can look at. I keep forgetting to show you this. The clouds, where the storms are in relation to us. Super cool. Love it. All right. Where's the drone? There he is. He just came down that slope. Drink on us. We're running low on stamina. Drink it straight out of the faucet. There we go. Oh, our batteries. We didn't. Don't let me forget. We gotta get back and get our batteries. I think we left some behind. Up. Come on. You can do it. I have faith in you. All right. We probably can't. Oh, plants. Good. We're gonna just kind of walk the perimeter, look for any, you know, caves or anything suspicious. Yeah, he's coming from up there, and we'll hug that on the way out. So we'll get those shadow breathe. Scrap pile. He's farming. That's another door for us. And some more. Flashlight, yeah. It's slow snow. There we go. Oh, I thought I hit a fast spot. There we go. Barren ground. And back in the slow snow. Another nice feature, which is the thing that's a pet peeve in many games, is that you can set your running to toggle. So I'm holding forward, but I'm not holding a run button. Every game should have that feature. I'm just saying. Every game should have toggle run as an option. Especially for people like myself who play left-handed. Anyone who's played left-handed and uses the number pad for movement knows that keyboards have problems with key conflict. And even expensive keyboards that have what they call N plus something rollover, means you can have basically infinite keys pressed at the same time, and the keyboard will recognize all of them. They still don't count for the number pad. Like the super expensive keyboards you still can only press like 2 buttons on the keypad, and that's it. And if you press more than 2, it won't see the other keys. And I understand why. It's just really irritating. And when you talk about playing games like this, where you might need to run and jump, if you have to hold forward, the run button, and press the jump button, that's 3 buttons, and that doesn't work. I can't do that. In games that don't have toggle run, I can't run and jump. So I appreciate having that as an option. An accessibility option. We stop going through the hole. All right. We should get a door here as well. But let's start moving. I gotta check. Drop any more off. Yep, thank you. Oh. I mean, we have infinite use for material. Can't blame me. We like to build stuff. All right. Now we can go. Go now. Keeping in mind that we don't have a roof, so if it starts to snow, we're in a little bit of trouble. I just stand on the front. Watch for plants and caves. You have smart material on us? While we're driving. Fast door. Plus, that, you know, gives us a little bit more inventory space. I love this. So one of the things that I don't envy the developers on in designing a game like this is there's going to have to be a judgment call on the kinds of people who play games like this. You have, you know, on one hand, survival players who might be, you know, in a hurry to just, what's the next thing? And then you have people like me who will, you know, I have a mobile base and I'm on a train track, and I not only do I like, you know, survival games, I like trains. You know, trains are awesome. And I could spend a lot of time doing nothing in this game but riding the train and watching the environment go by. There's something about having a train and having it take you places and you just being able to watch the world go by. You know, anyone who's watched my... Uh-oh. Dark? Anyone who's watched my... Oh, we're in trouble. Full reverse. Oh, no, full forward. Closer to the next station than so we're gonna start draining battery because no sunlight, no power. Go. Anyway, there's gonna have to be a balance between how often is there a point of interest in the game. Yes, I know my stamina is low. Please stop interrupting me while I'm in danger. Go. Woo. Oh, and we didn't bring any drinks with us. Is there one in here? Oh, yes, thank you. Yes. Thank you. I don't know how you juggle that that split, in, I guess, in the kind of player base, right? The kind of people who are where you have so much terrain that people who like riding on trains love, have an opportunity to actually sit in their moving base and enjoy stuff, and maybe stop every now and then when they see an alcove and try to explore it and see for things in caves before you put an actual next point of interest. If it's too soon, then the whole mobile base idea is diminished, and and so you have to have enough environment for us to have a reason to be on something that's moving. At what point does it become too much where you're just spending so much time just watching the same generic, frozen landscape pass by before you get to a point of interest where you're actually doing something? I don't have the answer to that. How do you strike that balance? And I'm interested to see, where they land on that. I, for one, they could make the rails as long as they want for me. If it wraps around the planet, I'll ride it around the planet, staring out the window and just watching the mountains go by, because I love doing that stuff. And it wouldn't be any surprise to anyone who's watched my Satisfactory series, because I built a map-spanning rail network, and I have my own personal train that I just drove everywhere. That's interesting. The demo you played wasn't able to get into stations. That is strange. Like right now, we can't get to that station because it's locked, but we will get access to it. We're just hiding from the snow. This bridge originally was blocked. This was a thing that they changed. That on the other side of the bridge, there was a big energy barrier. You could unlock that barrier, but you couldn't just drive through. You had to get off the train and come running up here, and then explore this area and disable it. And I suspect that they may have removed that specifically for people who do things like what I just did, which is that I came here without building a train that could actually protect me. And if we'd gotten caught out coming up here, we'd just been dead. This would have been it for us. But like I said, when I played the demo, I was able to get through here. So I don't know if they changed the demo or updated it. I believe in the demo review that I published on this channel had played all the way to the end of the demo. Let's see what we got to say. Code. I've changed the control center's key code. Don't forget it, and please don't share it. We'll just leave it lying around, for anyone to read. 718. Where does it? 6718. Right here it is. 7, 8. I feel like there should be a satisfying thunk as it, unlocks. So, this is like the original station where, it's not that we can actually enable everything. Floor panel out there that is unfurling. Yeah, there it is. That's going to power the rest of this station. We can now get inside here. We blew past a cluster of plants. What's our inventory look like? Now, before I do that, let's open the door. Where is the door? Looks like it's on the side. So that when we come back here, we can pull into the station. Hey, if you weren't able to get into you weren't able to get into the stations before, then definitely seeing new stuff in live stream, which is good. There we go. We can open that up. Let's back this thing up. We were cooking when we came through here. We were at negative 300 per minute. We can only store 500 per minute. So that was, the train was not going to get far. And hardcore our way up here. Love the frozen lake too. But you know, like I was talking about point of interest, like right there is point of interest. You know, and they're not very far apart. Which is fine for, you know, it being the beginning, right? But I would hope that in the late game, like, we should explore that. That's a uphill thing. Not right now. Looks like a place that could have something, right? Although we don't have much stamina on. We'll have to go far. Droid drone. X-scrap, nice. That's big. Oh, we found something. Nice. I'm running into an invisible wall. Clearly I'm not meant to go any further. Where did our train stop at? Right over there. Ooh. Light down the side. Careful. All right. I think that we left behind plants. We'll have a second floor soon, so we won't have to do this. Did we not run behind? Didn't. I thought we passed an outcropping. But, you know, since we're already basically at the previous base, we might as well pick up the scrap this guy's been grabbing. It's probably only been a couple of pieces. You know, he's got a really long route. We're standing up. It's healing. Corner. Yeah, it's got one rounded thing, and this is where that triangle really comes in to, you want pointing in towards train. That's where my mousing really comes. I want to stop here. Okay, batteries. If I have it, I just shut off the train and let it coast. Nothing else? Oh, you're a disappointing drone. I didn't want any of your scrap anyway. So anyway, I think I mentioned that, so with 2 solar panels and actual sunlight, going at throttle level 1, we're actually gaining power. So we can drive infinitely at this speed, as long as the storm isn't around, or we're on a tunnel or something. I really thought that we passed some plants. Guess not. Going on materials in hand. 2, I don't think it's enough for another healing. Like I said, you can do small quarter blocks, but they're much more inefficient from a material standpoint. What we can do over here is check under the bridge, right? We can see the lake from here. If you just right click, it zooms in. Back. Also, the ice is slippery. There's a drone. Crapper. We gotta remember, we need to build a weapon because unlocked it. Yeah, they what they could do is add a creative mode so we can just write and build. I mean, I definitely would be in support for just being able to, go crazy with what kind of creative Train can I really come up with, infinite materials. I think it'd be pretty. Scout drone. So we're getting the warning of the scout drone. There are scout drones up ahead. It's not even there could be. There are. Scout drones don't have the best weapons, but they can spot you from a great distance. You either need to destroy them using weapons in your train, or wait for the storm to force them back into their shelter. And now it's telling us we need to build a weapon control screen. Right. Fine. Inventory. Probably full. Stamina is bad. Drink. Drop off. Hands. Shadow breeze. We have lots of shadow breeze. If we need to, we'll make some. What do we need for a weapon? Tech scrap, mechanical part, and a weapon ship. So we've got everything we need except for mechanical parts. We have trails here. We still need to explore the area. We need one more of these. Pick 2 smart materials. But you know what, before I make them, because I don't think we need smart material for anything else at this point, except for that. So let's actually just dump our inventory. Boop. Explore the area, and if we find those smart materials, pre-manufactured, and grab them and use them for making our weapon. Our weapon ship. Body scanner, 2 or 3. So body scanner is the thing that allows you to save. So in theory, we could have a mobile save location. Reminds us to save the game. Alright, that was the building we first came into. So we're gonna go this way. Trapper drone ports. Ethan the Ranger. Hey, so if you got to the point in the demo where you were able to get the solar panels, it sounds like you got to the stations. But yes, there was no enemy drone in the demo. You're correct. I mean, they warned you of them, but they weren't. They were kind of in the lore. Body scanner unlocked. You can make body scanner. Material, smart material, text wrap. We could make one of those. They did change the available blueprints in this version. I think they took the lights out for some. They wanted to make them accessible later. Story maybe. More ammo. Not expect having more ammo. How much we have here? 12. Yes. More. Be nice having 2 drones doing double duty on bringing us some more materials. We didn't find smart material out there. I think that's all the buildings. Talk about an outpost. That's about all this is. There's a control center and an engineer and a ranger. Yeah, there's no room for more buildings. It's on the edge of a lake. Frozen lake. Oh. Dark. Oh, storm. This is so cool. Alright, doors on the other side. Fortunately, we grabbed all the material, so we can a little bit of build-in while we're waiting. It is not necessary for us to close the doors, but you know. Found 1 smart material. Battery, want to take it just like that. More smart materials, we can up. Heck. Another weapon ship, not enough space. For heavy. Our inventory. Because we're keeping our 2 batteries on us for you. Been drinking energy drink. Grab some space. We need it anyway. Oh, we are out of space. Now I'm draining my battery with the flashlight being on, but it's kind of dark in here. Not like we don't have infinite energy. We need... I think we need one more smart material. We didn't find another one. Make one. Make the mechanical part, and that's all we need. Outdoor light. One of three. Maybe they moved it? I know they said something about the lights. Yes, one smart material. It would be nice to have lights. Outdoor light, 2 of 3. Nice. Maybe we'll actually get lighting. That'd be awesome. Right button. Fence. Didn't we already have the weapon chip on us? I swear we had a weapon chip on us and all we needed was the mechanical part. Dumped our inventory in something, didn't we? I know there's another weapon chip sitting over there. Where did we... Up here. There it is. Okay. So I guess in theory we could build 2 guns. Because there's another module up there. It's not gonna be necessary for us to. This bad boy will cover himself. Nope. I think that's the business end right there. I mean, it doesn't actually matter. But I don't want it pointing back at me. There we go. Okay. That's ammo. Ammo it up. Manual is our only option. Fine. Oh, we're gonna need another smart material because we need to make a screen. Right, because we need the weapons screen. That thing right there. So a screen and another smart material. I think the screen itself takes a smart material. It does, and the tech component, which we already have, so we need smart material. I think that's it for what we need. Smart material. Screen. And actually, I want to build the screen yet because I want to get us up to the second floor. We now have our weapon. All that matters. You know, we've dedicated the material to the functional thing that we need dedicated. So let's hippity hop up here. Button. Let's this thing. Another Feeling edge, I think. Then those flooring, because we're gonna be on the second floor here. We're gonna need another. I said we weren't gonna need more doors, but we're. Go back. There we go. Out of powered. Or yeah, batteries are. Materials. Up. Bit. Back on the thing. Yeah, I remember in the demo, I think there was not only one charger, but at some of the outposts they were like in one of the off buildings. They weren't necessarily even in here. I remember spending a lot of time hanging out in like a ranger's building during storms, just waiting for batteries to recharge. Because it took a full minute per battery, and the batteries drained faster. All right. I know I'm gonna need smart. Let's build staircase. Materials. Oh. Wow, not a whole lot of space. Not a whole lot of material left. Corner floors. One more corner floor. Gonna do regular flooring, but I think the corner floor would look. We can do it like that. Here where the staircase is coming up, and have a little curve there. Yeah, I think that works out for us. And we can do like half floors right here. First, being mindful of what material we have left. I don't think we have enough to build a cab. Windows. So we're going to want a door right here so we can go out to here. And what I want to do is bad boys. Corner. A pretty generous range. Appreciate that. Don't know why I'm rotating them, because I know they're going to turn to the sun. And we'll just leave our gun way out front to protect us. If I had enough material, I would maybe consider like doing a little cabin right here that I can jump across to, or weapon on it or something. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do with lots more scrap or material. Definitely, when I play the full game, we'll see where we end up with that. I'd like to have like a triple decker. Hopefully they'll add like furniture we could put upstairs, Like, that's what I'm saying. There needs to be a lot of distance between points of interest. I can go all the way up into the luxury cab and just ride it, relaxing in a couch and just watching things go. I'm probably asking for too much. It's probably not what this game is meant to be. There are games for that, I think. You know, just actual train games. Real, that's a bad sign. We raided most of this already. We're also out of energy. See what our drones have done for us. Wait, more. Bit industrious. That guy is a little behind. He needs to pick up the pace as his buddy's beating him. Not gonna be enough to finish this off because we still need to have a roof. Oh, let's see here. We can't really shorten the cab. If we went one fewer, the staircase would just run right into the window. I mean, we could have the staircase. We could turn the staircase around and have it come straight up. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Let's see here. Try this. This forward. Unfortunately, we can't just stay on the... We have to reselect the move every time we move. This. Right, that is okay. Let's just put this somewhere else. Get it out of the way. Come on. I know you give me... Want to move that. I don't know if we get full refund for the flooring or taking things down, so I'm going to hold off the moment. Give it as a floor out there at the moment. Just for the sake of argument here. Do that. We can move the door back. That's still a lot of space. I expected that to come up a lot. Oh, because we moved the floor over. Yeah, okay. Let's make that a door. We'll put this temporarily, but that's fine. That kind of works, right? Better because we can do a pass through like that. It actually works out a little bit better. This is kind of what I wanted this bottom floor to be, the kind of closed off, safe inner chamber. You can see out the corners. But otherwise, it's almost, and then we just pop up and then we have full view of everything. I like this. Get our screens up here. Build the materials for it. We do very good. I don't know if that's close to the... Let's get the window in place first. we can come up here, control the speed of our engine. I think I could move that back half a point and then do half. That would just be more material. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. It's fine. Because we'll put a small floor. That. There we go. That feels a lot better. It doesn't feel like we're gonna fall off now. This is your weapon control. And right. All of that's working. We still need a lot of scrap. I keep calling it scrap. This is not FTL. We need a lot of material because we need to do things. We need the final window to healing. Do 2 of them and that's it. That's all she wrote. All right, train's coming together. We want a door right here. Ideally, I'd want to turn. I say ideally I want these to turn into healing, but that doesn't matter. Kind of smooth, and I'll walk out and then pop up onto it. Can we paint the floors? Oh, we can't. Oh, okay, so there's only option on this one. Probably the bottom side of it. Storm just rolled in, didn't it? Okay. From a material standpoint, we got 1. I think we have like 7 left in here. Yeah. Empty on that one. Start cleaning out stuff that we left behind. Got 8 more there, that's nice. Oh, there's a smart material, darn it. Well, no, we still need 1 anyway because we need the door. So, okay. Ooh, icicle ammo. No, there was that weapon ship that we left sitting up. More ammo. Batteries back. Empty. Empty. Alright, I think we have officially looted this whole place. So the step down is working here. That's nice. The update that this update. So let's door because we got that smart material on us now. We need access to this, or we just want to stand outside and enjoy the breeze. I know we still have missing a window here. Two more pieces of healing we can do. No power. Corner. Right? So we need 3 apiece, right? That'd be 6. And I think we're one. I think we're literally one material shy, aren't we? Bet you we're exactly one material shy. Which will be fine because the scrap drones have been, they all do. They just have to pick one thing up. One thing is all they need. Feeling edge. Here we are. Make sure the arrow's pointing inwards. Window. Yeah. Yep, we are one material shy. We just stand there and get the bugs in our teeth. Charging our batteries while we're waiting for the storm to pass. There he goes. It's, funny because that's kind of what it's like where I live, because we have some very serious storms just appear out of nowhere and then are gone almost instantly. It can be a sunny day and then there be just an instant downpour here, like torrential downpour, and then 5 minutes later it's gone. Right, that is plenty of material to do what we need to do. So if we find interior lights, the rest of that light thing, be able to be left over. Right. All right, we have officially constructed a enclosed train. So we are finally safe from environment. Do a final at dark. We gotta make it ours. So there are stickers that we can find. Apply. Have the cartridges on us. That would not have worked. No more extra scrap. Get some control of our inventory here. I only need a couple of cartridges. Our frontmost one. I mean, the station brand, right? Channel brand. Bright Red V. It's our train, man. We gotta make it ours. Gotta make it ours. You see, we can also rotate it. I kind of liked the dark exterior. Try that out as a thing. I like the white interior, so we're gonna keep that. It's interesting, the color 1 is the exterior on the doors. Or 3 on the walls. I do like the metal. I think right here. Nice. Now it's our train. Sure looks like we didn't put that window in, doesn't it? I think I want to. That's bugging me that the floor, the ceiling isn't the floor. I think I'm gonna go replace it. And plus this tells. I wasn't sure whether or not we get the full thing back on scrap. I saw some discussion where they felt like they didn't get the full refund, or was it in the forums? Anyway, we have 9 material on us. A floor 3, I think, 2. So if we get it all back, then we'll be at 11. Nope, we only got 1 back. Not get a full refund. Hey, Levy. I think the roofing is better outside. All right, let's get our batteries and get moving. In 30 seconds. Hoping we do find the rest of the recipe for that light. Got a little bit of material left. Rest has rings. Use up some of the plants that we've been hoarding the whole time. There we go. Well, that doesn't look right. Missed one, didn't we? Dude, I don't know if we got the one right. There we go. Makes the weird, doesn't it? We can't change this. Oh, that looks way better. That matches now. I approve. We can leave the top cab, we'll leave all metallic. Right. Lock up. Up in case for some reason decide we need to back through here. Safely locked in our newly minted train. We have a working weapon system with a working weapon. We had some more ammo for that, right? Okay, we still have it on us. pull out here real quick. We'll snatch the rest of their materials that they've been dropping off. Yep. Nice. Oh, look at that out here in the daylight. Yeah, it looks way better now. Yeah. Like it. We can't put stickers on glass. Or doors. What? Thing. Nice to replenish our material supplies. Better. Not storming, so we can walk out on our balcony. Which, by the way, I'll have the material on me now because I put it away. We can do fences. That'd be something to do. I think that'd be nice. Oh. Oh, drone. Look at the timing, but I feel like it snowed recently on us. This is kind of important. We need to know when this next snow is coming. Because I know where I'm going. And we don't want to get caught. Oh, plants. Okay, we'll get those on the way back across. Weather forecast. The door that I could have swore we had closed. In 3 minutes. Oh yeah, we would have been in real trouble. We would have been in some genuine trouble. I am so super glad that checked that. So we gotta wait out the storm. No, before. Oh, don't tell me I can't put it on them. I have to replace this with flooring? Oh, no, okay. I was going to be extremely disappointed. The corners in first. Might need to. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's gonna be offset. Out of the way. this. That maybe. Standing outside where the worm's getting ready to come rolling in. About this. Of course, this was all of our spare scrap. Worth it though, I think. I'm okay with leaving like a little jump down point. It actually looks alright. Yeah, put it in the middle so we can come around here and stand. Maybe we get out of the storm. Seems like a good idea. What we could. Hey, would you stop coasting? Seriously. Yeah, we didn't have that much speed up. Look at that. We went through the entire station. That felt malicious. I wonder if that's downhill, because look, we stopped a lot quicker that time. Parkour our way to the roof. Don't think we can make that jump. That's okay. We don't actually. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, now we got our little balcony we can hang out on. Oh, that is so nice. Jump down if we need to jump down. I'm good with this. And, you know, we still close the door, so it's still a sealed chamber. They have... we literally used up all of our material. Alright. Better chargers up here. And we don't need to wait for the storm to pass this time because we actually have a sealed drain. We can leave. Well, we're not going to go too far because we have something we need to explore. But we're no longer a captive audience of the train station. We have been liberated to explore the map at our leisure. Of course, we're gonna grab our scrap on our way out. Now we have 0 scrap, and if we do unlock lights, we want to have scrap for lights. Or material. got bright fast. We turned around and suddenly daytime. Yeah, dig it. Great. Train is looking great. That was time well spent. So, you know, it's the tradition of following the drones. That guy's popping around there, the other guy is going off the edge right there. Facing here. We no longer have so much material taking up all of our space up front. We can double duty the storage up here. Batteries on our cells. That will allow us to full charge if we need it. Alright, and this is where the drone was going. Scrap pile. For it with stuff down there. Although it is worth noting that it is a cliff. Why we checked the timing on the storm before we came out. Although we spent a little time in there, so I don't know how much time we've got, but we're not going back again. I think we should have enough time. Whew. Find another place. Corrupted data log. Found some good stuff here, but unfortunately the cliffs are too tall. My suit's power is low, which makes me wonder if they have like a jetpack on theirs. And another storm is coming. I'm gonna look around and find a shelter. If you read this and I'm not here, please look around, find me, or at least my stuff. Okay. Just suddenly get dark. No way, it's night for a warm tower. So, in preparation of needing to make a quick escape, I have a lot of fun pushing this around. I love the physics of it. It'll spin on its own and everything. We're on ice. Hands-free, it would slide a little bit too. Alright, we'll leave that right there. He said look for him. I'm gonna save you the trouble of running the full circle, which I have done. I know where his stuff is. So I guess spoiler alert. Now, I don't know if I've found all the secret caves on the map. I may have, I may not have. I kind of can't know. There can always be something you don't know you've missed. But it's definitely worth exploring. I'm not saying that I've shown everything I know. Yes. I'm definitely going to do the are good resource nodes. No, it makes me nervous. We cannot get out of here fast. And I do not know if this counts as a shelter. Unlock sticker. Really why we're here. Smart material. Battery. Retreat. Tech scrap. In case we get stuck down here, and soup. I don't believe we can parkour our way out of this. I have not been successful in doing. See, we're running into like a wall there. I'm not going to risk spending the time attempting to do so. It looks like that ring is actually rotating up in the sky. Not moving. Yeah, it definitely is. Nice detail. Not just a static skybox. And we can get kind of an idea for what, you know, the landmass in theory looks like, you know, because we're looking at the reflection of, I mean, it's probably hundreds of miles away, right? If not thousands. Whatever the land is at that angle, reflecting up and back this way. That's a pretty steep angle. Put out of place. Go. Alright, we are back up. Back to the V train. Oh, we left the back door open. And the other drone was going down here. Ish. There. Yeah, there it is. There's nothing over here. Following him. Nothing I've spotted along this route. But, I mean, there's something down there, just not a cave. Energy up a little bit here. On our patio. It almost makes me think that maybe could move the whole thing, like one window section back, and have a small patio or balcony on the front and a small balcony on the back. I don't know. I mean, like, if I could have like just a chair here, just relaxing on the back of it, it'd be awesome. Those are not aligned up with each other. They shouldn't be right now. I think that's better. So you see above my heart there in the bottom left, there's a little exclamation point. Or encountering hostile. Question is, are they going to show up? So there is a known bug where they can be stuck in a rock. also be not stuck in a rock. I want to show you guys this scout trends. And dare. I actually have an idea, and if we don't find them, bear with me, we can do a little bit of testing them. Have live on camera, we can developers. Hey, I have not been to this. Feeling super nervous because I know that the hostile drone area. I've encountered them already. Wrong button. It mentioned that you need to either kill them or wait until the storm runs them back into their shelter, and I think that's the shelter for one of the drones. And I know where the other shelter, or what I suspect we that too. I think they have spawned inside the terrain though. And so we'll take a moment to see, we'll do a test. See if we can unstick them. Nothing complicated. What we'll do is we'll go back to the previous station and we'll save. And then we'll drop to the main menu and then reload the game, because when I have encountered them, it's been on a load of a save that has already been to this point, where they have on a save where they have previously been in the terrain. So potentially, you know, with us saving in the area and then reloading, maybe they will spawn in an exposed location as opposed to having spawned way off in the distance on the first play. Go through here. This is where I believe the second shelter is. I don't want to keep coming back to the front door, but that feels like that's where I want to enter from. It looks great in here with the sun just kind of blowing in. In fact, I think what I wanted. Doesn't it just feel warm standing here? This feels warm to me. All right, we're going to pull forward just a little bit here to see if they don't come out of something else. So if that's storm rolling, yeah, it's a roll. Okay, so they would go into their shelter anyway. And we've just lost our power intake because solar panel's gone. Now we need to be a little mindful of our power usage. But look, this is our first time on our train outside. We're not suffering from the weather effects. Yay! We have a sealed train. Major accomplishment. You can see the corners are still frosting up a little bit, but where our stamina and health aren't plummeting. Nice hands-free travel. Sit back and relax. Enjoy a drink. Ah, I love automation. Things moving on their own. Yeah, I would love to see some statistics on, you know, my Satisfactory series, right? We just wrapped up. I'd love to see the stats on just how many hours I've spent riding around on the train. Hey, Charmer. Yeah, Pepsi. Of course I've got it. I'm not going to stream it without my giant Pepsi. Missed the start of the stream. I'm disappointed. You know, I'll just give you a hard time. Glad to have you here. A little bit more. Mark right here. So we're going to save and reload to see if that causes the guys to pop out. This off-colored door is driving me crazy too, so we're going to fix that first. Select a color. Oh, so that's what that middle color is. It's the... Oh, it's not the closed door. I thought the middle color was the... little ledge here. That. Okay. Come out the wrong side every time. Alright, let's save and reload. It'll only take a second. And then let's see if this causes the drones to respawn outside of the terrain. Your mobile phone died, so you didn't receive the alert in your browser. Yeah. It's yeah, YouTube alerts have always been spotty for me as well. Oh, so that's interesting. Yeah, the storm appeared. So it didn't save the state of the storm. I'm gonna report that as well. Next storm 15 minutes. I mean, it may have ended just as we were doing it, but that feels suspicious. Alright, let's see if this gives us drones to shoot at. Technically, we can shoot at the scrapper drones. Speaking of which. Anything for us, little buddies? Ooh, nice. Man, these guys have been industrious. wait for you to do your thing here. I'll look away. Scrap. Smart material. Just kind of get our inventory under control here. Okay. Going in the door that I didn't come out. So Charmer, you just now joining us? Have you missed the whole stream, or? I know if you've seen this game before or not. Stamina is hurting. We should drink on us. Too. Right, roughly 2 hours late. Yeah. You get this. Sit here for a bit of it. There we go. Movement. There it is. There's the hostile drone. It worked. Nice. So we go to our weapons control panel here. Yo. There he is. Alright, so being in the area when we reloaded it has spawned them out in the open. That's good. We can report that. Doing live testing. I'm not going to pick them off yet. I want you to actually see them in action. Where'd you guys go? One up there. I think that's the layer of the other one, the shelter. Okay, there they are. Oh. Oh, all right, yeah. So you can see what damage being done to the... All right. Excuse me, sir. It's very rude. Not exactly making this hard, though, are you? All right, exciting combat. But look, they Swiss cheesed our windows. Rude. We need to go to our menu here. The repair cost is, I know the way they phrase that, 2x material sounds like it's twice as much material to repair it. I think this means 2 material. In fact, let's check how many material we have on us. We have 2, so we should be able to repair one of these and not the other one. Not enough material. All right. And these aren't even fully damaged. Oh, they hit the roof somehow? Okay. Check everything else. Yeah, they were shooting at me. That's kind of personal. They weren't just shooting at the train. Okay. Rolling off into the distance. We can actually loot them for tech scrap. And we've got, you know, plenty of scrap now to repair. A bomb. There. Material. There, one there. I think that's everything, right? Didn't hit anything interior, no. They'd fully damaged, a couple of those windows. The theory they could have. Maybe that's probably how they hit those roof, because they were firing up, and went through the window and hit the roof, trying to shoot at me. Gonna disrespect their corpse by running over part of their limbs. That showed him. Exciting, right? That was exciting. It's funny because the first time I encountered them, they actually killed me. You know, because they'd always spawned inside the rocks and the train, and I had reloaded an existing save just to, run around the map, not worrying about my stamina much because I'd already beaten that run through. And I check out the terrain, looking for caves and whatnot. And I got the warning that they were in the area, but I already knew that was an area where they were supposed to be, and just had disregarded it because you saw when we first got there, there was actually there. And I was out in the middle of that frozen lake when both of them came. I was just running and dodging and weaving. I almost made it to my train. Shots whizzing past my head. But alas, happened to be. I actually managed to die once in it. Here. Good final piece. Outdoor lights. Nice. Right. Barely escaped from the swarm attack that destroyed our train. Luckily, no one was hurt, and we grabbed what we could. It's not much. We only have enough supplies for to last a few days. If you're part of the backup team, you're looking for us, we're hiding in the nearby cave. I don't know why cave had to be. Because it's actually a cave. It's not, nothing sinister about it. It's not something else. Cave. Cave. Crap. Energy drink, thank you. Reels. Look, we're leaving footprints. Nice. For a drone. Guessing these are like Mark I versions of our icicle cannon. The wrong button. Look primitive in comparison. Which makes me wonder, how long has this been here? Right, because it could just be a different model, right? It might not be in any way tied to the storyline, but maybe it is. And if it is, then this would be like old technology. But then again, who left the blueprints behind for the newer ones, right? Probably thinking too much about it. And this is the coolest place on the map. Check that out. Someone really outdid themselves with that. That is so cool. Yeah, a scout drone inside the cave. Things probably didn't go well for them. We've been stuck in this cave for 3 days now. The storm is too strong to go outside. Kitty and I managed to salvage some batteries from the drones that attacked us. We've used them to power a makeshift heater that keeps us from freezing to death. Not much, but it's better than nothing. We've also received a message that another train is on the way to rescue us, but they had to take a detour because of the storm. They should be here in a few hours if we're lucky. So this wording, I'm hoping, is intentional, because one of the things that I'm hoping the most about the direction that this game goes is that there will actually be decision points. I'm interested in the game the way it is, no matter what, because I love the premise of it and mobile based, and we've talked about that. But I'm hoping that once we get out of this area, that there's actual junctions where we can turn left or turn right and go, explore a town or something like that on the rail, and then maybe merge back with the main line or come back and take another fork somewhere else. I'm hoping that it isn't a truly linear story, that we can actually take detours, or skip them if we're interested in just moving forward, the optional areas. That's what I'm hoping. Because if it's just one twisting, line with no splits, then it's literally an on rails, story. And I want to have some ability to feel like I'm going elsewhere. Ooh, indoor light. I would like to have an indoor light more than the outdoor light. Ammo. We're finding icicle ammo despite that weapon outside being looking like an older model, so that would further support that it is indeed an older model because it uses the same ammo. So again, I suspect I'm probably just thinking too quickly about this. Probably just a different model that they did at some point. Oh, what does it take? Gonna be in here. Outdoor light, smart material. But it really have one smart material. Alright, let's start backing this up to get to the fabricators. Oh, I left the engine. Oh, bad boy. Left the motor running all this time. Gonna be moving while we're. This is one of the cool things about having a mobile base. Doing stuff while the base is taking us to where we need to go. Right up here, right? Well, thank you for joining us, Anton. The stream is not going to be much longer as it is. We are essentially at the end of the demo. You've basically seen everything there is to see. So, thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely take a, you were saying you played part of the demo before, so, take a look at it if you're interested. But have a great night. Oh, storm. Let us see a little dark. Oh, check it out. We now have light. Even though exterior lights are turned off. Okay. I'm gonna have to report that too. That they, if you build them while the lights turned off, then they are on the reverse circuit. I always love finding little things like that. Side. Wait, having that light makes such a difference, doesn't it? Being able to see the from the train like that. Okay, I want to make a couple of smart. One. In case we manage to unlock the interior lights. More materials. Fifth. But we need regular material as well. Righty then. So can we I'm trying to change the color of the light. I don't know if this is going to be the best place to build the light or if we should build it on the lower back. Locked. Can I build it on the door frame? Locking. Outdoor light. This thing is an indoor? I mean, it's an on door. Oh! Backwards. The default's forward facing. Oh great, now they're on the opposite, aren't they? No, no, that's not doing anything at all now. Alright, now it's working. We'll try this first when we get to a dark place and see how that works, and if it's not, if the balcony is blocking it too much, you just put it down. Batteries. Use. I'm gonna hit every button I can before I hit the right one. Yeah, we don't have much further to go. Or we're at the final destination of the current content. In fact, I think about it, we should build a dynamo. I will if you know what? I gotta be thorough, right? Yeah, we're showing off the demo, we gotta do it. Right. So we need one mechanical part material. Mechanical part is going to use part material, right? Part material. Okay. I'm going to install the dynamo up here. Oh, this is kind of a weird mini game. This is a manual crank for adding power back to the train. And it will be marginally useful if we get into trouble or just, are in a hurry and we're like, there's going to be tunnels ahead. So we're not going to have any value from our solar panels at all. And so this can help mitigate the getting stuck in the middle of the tunnel and having to shut off your engine and then just sit around for a while waiting to get power back. So it is what it is. But train's power is full. It's not even going to let me show you. We'll do it when we're driving. Got the batteries back already. Energy drinks before we go. We're not coming back. Now, if you were playing the demo and looking to, after you've beaten the demo and you're wanting to continue to expand your train, you'd probably end up back here. Definitely would end up back here. But there's no reason for us to. We're gonna end the live stream when we are done with the demo. Plus, we built the train that we want to build. I like the way it came out. I love the V. I love the V on. Help it. And I like that I was able to recolor it too. I mean, I'm hoping that we'll get more palettes to work with. But I like it. I like having the ground level solid, not all windows. I would probably build maybe a small stand here, but maybe the weapon on or something. Get that right here. Or maybe I would just put railing around the side of this. If I were spending the time to farm more materials. That open. We're gonna on our way out, we're going to take a few more materials. But this is the train that this is what I wanted to build when we started this stream. I'm very happy with the way it came out. Do his business. Promise not looking. Whoa! Whoa! Alright, buddy. Wrong one. inventory. Nice ammo. We just put it straight into the icicle itself. Okay. We didn't. Let's grab 2 smart materials on our way out, in case they actually put the blueprints in, the rest of the blueprint parts for the interior lights. I'd like to be able to make a couple of them inside the cab. We originally had them with us, 4 of them, but then we spent them on the I wanted to call it the Google the Google crank. Google crank. Watch it again. It's been a long time. I think it was a Flugel crank. It's a Rick and Morty. Not just the dynamo. All right. So now we need to go faster than we're generating power, so we can it's Flugel crank, I'm pretty sure. And actually allow us to. We're draining. Yeah, we're draining. So if I hit it once, I'm not doing anything else. The thing is, we have to hit it in the green, and then it gets smaller every time. And that's how I got plus 31 power. So it's like a mini game. Not one that I particularly enjoy, but it is its thing. Oh, 37, not bad. And that's the way you can crank it up. I'm curious, can we? These guys, look, can we push these onto the? I bet I can't get it up here. I can't get it over the rail. I want to push it on the train. Ah. We could build a little box of, little fences and just drag your corpse around. Oh, almost got it up there. I don't think we're gonna be able to get it over there. Alright. It'd be the equivalent of putting your enemy's head on a spike, kind of a Mad Max thing or something. We had to turn the engine off so we would get the train down, but we can't get it on the rails. Alright. We're on our way now. More tomfoolery. We're gonna want to slow down because we're gonna want to have max power here soon. We're gonna lose daylight. We're only generating 10 per minute. Let's crank it a little. max this out again. I mean, you can get a respectable amount out of it. Not, you know, I'm not criticizing its usefulness. I'm not real entertained by the minigame. That's just me. Oh, so this is much like this is if we hadn't got that light, this is what this experience would be like. It was really nice having those exterior lights. Nice to have the interior lights too. So, how good is this? Well, that almost fooled me. I almost walked out like we had somewhere to stand on because the shadow made it look like I had a platform to walk out on. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't remember building a, walk area out here. I mean, it's still lighting up the area well enough. It's cool being able to come out though and just like riding on the front of the train. I guess we literally are riding on the front of the train. Yeah, I think I like having the front platform open. I think I like having the cabin as a second platform. And you know, we've seen, I think from concept art, the idea that we could end up having more than 2 platforms, which is something I would definitely expect to be a thing at some point. Nice to have interior lights so I could. I don't think that there are more fragments. I think we're gonna be 1 fragment shy, and it might be somewhere that I'm just missing. Oh, this big old cave. Look at this. Isn't that cool? Giant concrete wall bunker. How are we down to? 150. Boop. Yeah, we're only getting 10 per minute because we're not sitting in a station. And we're getting no sunlight. I mean, it's all sunlight coming through, but this is technically interior. Which could seem a little disappointing, but since it is interior, we're also not getting caught by the weather. You can see it's storming. We're not suffering from it. So we're more or less protected from it. It would be nice if we get some of that sunlight, though. Or if we off them. It thinks they're turned off. Okay, plus 50 per minute. Okay, it knows they're on even though it's shut off. There we go. Get some respectable power intake. Don't need them on right now anyway. Alright, so, unlock gate. Not working. The primary power grid is no longer connected to the tunnel gate, which is broken. However, I've managed to connect it to the battery in a nearby tunnel. If you're reading this and you want to enter Sector 87, follow the cable to turn on the battery output. Careful though, you don't want to wake up the scout drone. Indoor light, 2 of 3. Oh, there is 1 more. Yes, indoor light. All right, forget about the storyline. Light. All right, I have 2 smarts, and then I need 2. Nice. Those lights. That's all I asked for. Don't really need one back here, do we? Woo! That is bright. Also off center. Wowzer. I mean, it's great. It's doing its job. I did not expect that kind of intensity. Light color in it. Oh, concept art is showing colored lights. Also, clearly the light source is not this. There's a light entity that must be floating in the middle. And up here. It's really intense. If we turn everything on, we probably go into the negative on power, don't we? -10. Yep. All right. I'm glad we get to see now. Look out here. Daytime now. Material. Small battery. Energy drink. An hour has passed since we arrived. We're so close to the main sectors, just behind this wall. A wall or a tunnel? Tunnel to me. I can't imagine what it looks like without all those people. But at least it'll be warm there. So I'm really interested in what they mean by that. I can't imagine what it looks like with all those people. So was there like a city that they used to live in and they came up here for research, and then the thing, whatever it is, that bad thing happened? I'm guessing it's like an AI takeover or something because of the scout drones, and they think everyone's dead. Now they're going to go there and it's going to be empty. They seem to know something about what's happened over there, and something obviously has happened if they're talking about sectors that now has no people. So there's a lot to unpack about that statement. Leaving this place was never going to be easy, but it's turning out to be much harder than we thought. The tunnel gate is broken, and Giddy and the other engineers are working to fix it. Hopefully they'll have something up running soon. We've already read about that. They referenced a sleeping drone. And I had seen talk about it Discord before. I personally have never actually. I also have never really very heartful. I didn't really want to find it. So now we have a working icicle. I mean, this gets ominous fast. Like right there, you know, when we're out there, we could see down in there, but now we get in here, like, oh my goodness, it's infinite dark horror film. Someone's gonna jump out and murder us. These got the regular icicles, at least our version of it. But if you turn around, you realize, like, oh, that wasn't nearly as far as it looked. I've never gone here. I mean, we know how huge they are, right? Because we've killed 2 of them. Like it could be tucked away somewhere. Battery. Stuff. Grab a sticker. Fabricator, which we cannot make. This is one of the things I think that they took out of this version of beta. Because I think that the recipe be in, but we, just like some of the other things, we had the recipes that we could unlock, but we could never build. So in the previous version, we could unlock the phytogen, and I think we could unlock the fabricator. But they both require specific materials that aren't in the game right now. Like I remember the phytogen required organic soil. That doesn't exist, not in this version. So you could unlock it, but you couldn't actually build it. And I think the same case was with the fabricator. And I think they swapped those two out for the blueprints for the lights, because those things that we can actually build in the demo, which I think was good to do. Is appreciated. But honestly, I'd rather have lights, at least at this juncture. That's the thing that you want earlier on. In fact, I'd like to have them a little earlier than we have them. I don't, honestly, I'm not too sure that they need to actually be a blueprint. Right, opening of the gate. You know, obviously they made it through here because the notepad that we read said if you want to go through here, just turn the battery back on and open the gate. Which means they closed the gate and turned off the battery somehow after they got through the gate. Why didn't they just leave it open? What if other people want to leave and the battery's dead now and they can't open the gate? Doesn't seem very thoughtful. All right, back at full power. Rear lights. So we're going to go at this slow because this, well, this is the end of the demo. And the ending, if you're not ready for it, kind of jump scare you. Which is why we're standing all the way back here, because it still kind of gets me. We can see the end of the tunnel. We're gonna make it to the next sector. Right there. We can see the exit. Boom. Yeah. So if you're in the front cab, that pops out of nowhere, right? That just boom. Ah! So thank you for playing Heat Death. We hope you enjoyed the game. Yeah, I did. You know, I played there multiple times now, and I'm gonna click that because I'm already on the Discord server. But this barrier just materializes instantly. You don't see yourself approaching it, and if you're up front, you just just smack straight into it. So, like you can see, look, it's just not there. It's not there, not there, and then boom. And if you're moving forward on the train, it really just leaps out at you. I was hoping that, like, us being back here would be past it using the gun. So it's treating us as if we're at the gun's location. All right. Well, I mean, that's it. If we wanted to leave here with any haste, you can see we're draining all of our power just sitting here. This is where the dynamo would really come into play, because the amount of energy it took for us to get into here as it was is already significant. And so we can get sunlight, So that's why I say that the dynamo actually comes into a decent use right here if you're playing the demo and you decide, oh, I've made it to the end of it. Now I want to go back to the previous station and get a bunch of material and keep working on my train. You'll find that getting back out of the tunnel wasn't quite as easy as getting in, because your batteries are already depleted from going all the way up to this barrier and now having to make your way all the way back out. So crank away at the dynamo, or shut the train off and wait for a while. Both are an option. But that's it. We're gonna call it. As our train runs out of power, I'll park it out here in the tunnel cave. Shuts itself off. 2, 1. Your train is running out of power. The last tutorial that we didn't discover because we never ran out before now. All right. So thanks very much for coming out. I hope you have enjoyed this playthrough. I have certainly enjoyed playing through it again. Check out the demo if you want to try it out for yourself. Of course, free and on Steam right now. I think that's about it. Check out what other games are on Next Fest. Good time to be checking out demos and stuff. If you enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like. That's about all I can say. Patreon, Discord, links in the channel. And feel free to check it if you've like the appearance of this game. Don't forget there is a Discord for the game, just like there are most games. A number of us are on there. If you want to follow what's going on. I think again that they are working on an early access thing, and I imagine that would be the best place to find out about it. But enjoy the rest of your day or evening or night, as I know some of you are in Europe, the other side of the pond, or whenever you're watching this as a replay. But thank you very much, and see you in the next project, next live stream, or whatever it is we do next. If you enjoyed this, you may want to check out one of these other videos, and thank you very much for your time.